you were a big high school guy, so you went to Exeter. Well,
I
me
did.
and you, the rivals, went to kind of Exeter.
Mhm.
Um, so when you were at Exeter, did you get any like criticism? Like, were you like, did you want to play there? You played there for 2 years, right?
I played there for 1 year, freshman year.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. How was that? Like, did you want to do that, or how was it?
Um, it was good. I wanted to play freshman year. I didn't know if I wanted to play after that, but it was a good freshman year. I probably was the smallest player in the entire state to play. Like I was so tiny, but it was good. I mean, it was probably one of the first couple of years of hitting, so I just got used to it. And I mean, after that year, I realized like if I'm gonna play like divisional hockey or higher up hockey, I probably should not play high school. So that's why I left. But overall, it was a great experience. Like paved the way for me to get to where I am now.
There you go. High school hockey. That's
Yeah,
fun.
gotta love it.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, not a lot of guys come from high school hockey. They just go straight to prep school or junior
Yeah,
hockey.
yeah, that's how it is now, right? No
Yeah,
one's really playing high school anymore, but it was fun. It's really fun.
yeah.
Wow.
It was cool. You're with all your buddies. You get a nice crowd, the high school beauties.
Yeah, it's good.
So after high school, you went on to the Sparts. After that,
Um, yeah, so after freshman year, I just played U15 Spartan or U16, but I was 15, and then I played with Kurt, and then I played U16 after that, and that was it. But those 2 years were really good. That's when I started uh like talking to schools, and that's when I really like amped up my game a little bit. I played with like Cole Cruz and a bunch of those guys who are also really good players. So I mean, our organization got a lot better throughout the year, but I mean, the Spartans was awesome those 2 years, so it
yeah.
was good.
And so, did you commit from Seacoast Sparts?
Uh, yeah, I committed after the U16 year, so I think I was going into my senior year that year, so I was 16. I was a little bit early to commit, but I always wanted to go to UNH, so I there was no other option. I was just right away. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
hmm
Your dad went to UNH, right?
No, my grandpa did, my grandpa's brother. My dad went to St. A's.
Oh, St. A's.
Yep.
Um, yeah, that's awesome. Hometown kid playing for UNH.
Yep. It was my dream. Went to all the games. So I was super excited when I got the opportunity.
And was there anything that you did as a hockey player? Like, were you shooting pucks in the basement? Were you going to clinics? Like, what was your like
Please
routine?
log in your Amazon account on the app.
What was that? Sorry. Did you do any like? Did you have any routines? Like, did you skate a lot, or like, how was it?
Um, I used to just, go a ton of stick and pucks, like I'm sure you did too. I used to you there all the time, but
Yeah.
like me, Cole, and like Doyle and them and my brother would just go to a bunch of stick and pucks. I mean, we'd skate all the time, but there's no like certain thing that I did like every day or whatever. It was mostly skating, but I mean, I don't know if when you're playing with good players on stick and puck and stuff, it just makes you better. So that was pretty much it, honestly.
Yeah. Like we had all those guys to choose from and skate from. You had like the Gollin
Yeah,
brothers, you had Cole, you had Thibodeau. Remember that?
T-boy, yeah, yeah.
What's he doing? Is he playing puck?
I don't know. I think he's not anymore, but he was a really good player.
Yeah, he was on your team, right?
Yeah, for a little bit, yeah.
Nice. And so, after that, you played a little bit of NCDC, right? For a couple of years.
Yeah, so I played for 1 year, one like a half year, because after the first year that I went out to the BC, but that was COVID year, so I got shut down. So I had to come back to the NCDC, and that was where the like Florida bubble was in
Oh, yeah.
Tampa. So that was cool. But yeah, the NCDC was a really good league that year because all those leagues were getting shut down. So there's a lot of draft picks in the bubble and stuff. So it was a really good year for the NCDC. But I don't know how it is now, but it was good then.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a crazy year. Like even the EHL was like still pretty good.
yeah, it was crazy.
Um, so right after that, little NCDC action, you went to the Null.
Oh yeah, Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Yep.
Crazy shit happens in there. Fucking Michigan's brawls, especially
Yeah,
the Michigan from you, buddy.
yeah, no balls from me, but yeah.
So, what team did you play for out there?
I played for Janesville Jets in Janesville, Wisconsin.
And so, how'd you end up out there?
Uh, so Doyle was actually already out there because he made like the team off the main camp in the pre-draft. So he talked to, I think talked to the coach about me and stuff. The coach saw me play a couple times, but so he drafted me. But my plan was to go to the USHL. But I went to Cedar Rapids for the third time, their camp for the third time, and the coach cut me for the third time after the third All-Star game.
Yeah.
So then my only, or not my only choice, one of my choices was Janesville, and I really liked the coach. I was with one of my best friends, and I thought it was a great idea to go out there. So that's how I ended up there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's pretty nuts. That I mean, you got cut. Gives you a
Yeah,
little fucking motivation.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Now you're playing fucking hockey East.
yeah, yeah. I didn't understand why, but whatever you need to do was best for the team. So
Well, team guy.
yeah, team guy.
Um, yeah, that's a crazy story right there. You would never think that you would get cut from a USHL team.
Hmm.
And, so you drop down to the Null.
Yep.
Null's still up there, D1
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh yeah.
And so out there, Janesville, right?
Yep.
And so how was the crowd out there playing for them? What did the barn look like and stuff?
The barn is not great. It's tiny. There's one side of stands. Like it's really old. But I mean, playing in it was kind of cool because like there's a good like they'd fill the stadium and it's loud because it's so small.
Yep.
You got all the Janesville residents go and it gets loud and it's cool. It's fun. So it was pretty good experience. But I mean, there's no Null South and those teams that get like 6,000 fans a night, but it was still packing and
Oh
a
yeah,
good atmosphere.
yeah. Was there any things like teddy bear toss night or like themes when you were there?
There, I mean, I think there's a teddy bear toss, but they did it like I don't know if they did it during the game or after like the first period or I don't know what it was, but there's
Yeah,
a couple of those nights, but it was just like sponsorship night, like a Toyota night or something like that. We had like special jerseys, like
pretty
something
sick.
like military appreciation night where we had those like camo jerseys. Those were cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet. So when you were in the Null, um, was there any like what was one of the craziest crowds you had to play in front of?
Probably, let's see, either Fairbanks or Anchorage in Alaska.
Yeah,
Those people are nuts. They're crazy. They support their teams. They pack their rink every night. They're nuts. But it's awesome playing in Fairbanks. Yeah, they're yelling over the glass because the bleachers like are right over our bench. So they're yelling, they're throwing stuff, they're spitting. It's crazy. But I think we took them down in Fairbanks, so it was awesome. But then Anchorage, the same way. Their barn's pretty tight. It's small. They pack it, and it's just super loud. So it's really fun playing in those environments.
unreal.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a fun time. Alaska's it's a long trip, but I guess it's worth it. But
Yeah, I mean, fuck, you're taking a plane out there, and it's crazy.
yeah, oh get back like 4 in the morning. It's brutal, but I mean it's fun. We went for 2 weeks twice, so we went for pretty much a month to
Yeah.
Alaska.
Yeah. And you're getting the team bonding,
Yeah, it's good. It's really fun.
Are you still in touch with any buddies from that team?
Yeah, my roommate Ziggy plays at St. Lawrence. My other roommate AJ plays at LAU, and then Doyle was there for a little bit.
Fuck yeah.
And then
And
obviously a couple other guys, but
yeah. So Doyle, was Cole ever on your team? Cole ever get out there?
no, he was in our division. He was in the Wilderness. He was in Minnesota, but he was actually on my team in the bubble for
Oh
Islanders.
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
So when you played Cole, did you ever go like one-on-one? Like you're skating down and you see Cole right there?
I think so, but I don't remember. But I definitely know I did a couple of times. That was pretty cool. Like we're always going against each other and sticking fucking stuff, and then we're actually doing it in like a junior game. Like it means something. So yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. And like like you can't be like, hey, what's up, Cole, when you're skating with
Yeah.
the puck. But
Yeah.
it's just like
Mhm.
connection, you're like, holy shit, I'm playing with this guy.
Yeah. And then Doyle actually got traded to the Wilderness to Cole's team. So they played together and I played against them. So it
Oh
was
yeah.
like Doyle's on my team, then he's on Cole's team.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hometown guys, I mean, 3 of them in the same league.
Yep.
Pretty cool. And then so you'll probably play Cole next year, right? You guys play Western Michigan.
We do not play them next year. Nope.
All
I
right.
wish, but
I mean, one of these years you guys probably will.
hopefully. Hopefully. We
Maybe.
never really play any teams out west, but
Yeah.
I hope it'll be fun.
And then so during your time at Janesville, um you had the freaking Michigan, dude. Tell us about that one.
Oh well, it was like I don't know, maybe halfway into the season. We were playing Anchorage at home. I don't know. I don't remember the score or anything, but I was really wanting to do one throughout the year. I was like, I have to do it. So the puck, I wonder what happened. Like went in the slot. It got like he shot it, got deflected, and it was spinning on the ice. I was like near the post, and I was like, I could probably scoop this up my stick. So I scooped up my stick and just went around the net and threw in the net. And I didn't even like know it went in. Like I was so in shock that it actually went in and it went crazy. But I had the worst celly of all time. But it was yeah, it was really cool. It was, I don't know. And then I did it again against Chippewa, but that one was weird. I kind of like threw the puck into the net. I scooped it up, threw into the net, and then had the most ignorant celly. Like
What'd
it
you
was
do?
too cocky. It was like shoulders up like this, like skating around. So I looked at the other team's bench, like it's bad.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
but yeah, it was a lot of fun scoring those goals.
nice.
Teammates are
Hopefully you do it at UNH, dude.
oh, that'd be awesome. I mean, I don't know if my coach would like that a lot, especially if I missed, but I mean,
Yeah, like you got to make it count. Like it's got to be the goal.
I don't think I've ever actually failed an attempt so far. I'm 6 for 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you did it at the Islanders, right?
Yep, twice, and then a couple summer tournaments. Did a couple, but I can't miss one. That can't happen.
Nuts. Hopefully you get it at UNH, and it's against
That'd be
fucking
awesome.
BU or something, and you're just like
In the main game, white out the wet. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome.
Sports Center top 10.
It was on Sports Center.
Oh,
It was number 1 on like the Snapchat one.
oh shit. That's
Yeah.
gross.
It was
Yeah,
so-
no, I think I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Wow. That's unreal. You're not a poser like Brendan. All right, so that was pretty cool hearing about your experience out in the Knoll.
Mhm.
So now on to UNH. Pretty awesome.
Mhm.
What, you live 20 minutes away from there? 30?
Yeah, 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Real.
Super close.
Yep. And so you're a freshman on the team. How were you feeling when you first got in there?
Um, super nervous. I was coming from the null. All the other freshmen were from USHL or somewhere else, transfer or whatever. And I just like after the first practice, I was like shaking my boots. I'm like, I'm never gonna play, stuff like that. But I just kept working and got, I just kept getting better and better every day. And that's pretty much how it started. So I didn't think I was gonna play like even first game, second game, third game, but I think maybe someone got injured. I think that was the case, and I got in the first game, so that was awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. And so when you got there, was your gear already there? Gloves, helmet,
Um, we had the gloves and the helmet because we had to do the summer session
oh yeah.
like we're doing right now. So we had to do a class, and then we'd skate and work out with all the guys. So we had gloves, sticks, helmets, not no skates yet. But we had the pant. We had pretty much all the gear
Yeah.
throughout the summer. And then when we got back to school, we had the skates, um, customized. Those are awesome. They were customized skates for us, so that was pretty cool. And then yeah, just all of our sticks and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you guys get custom gear, right? Like
Yeah,
custom sticks.
yeah. I just say our name, whatever flex we want, whatever kind of stick we want. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you use for flex
Uh,
or
I use 77 flex P92, but I might go to a P90. It's like the new curve. It kind of has more of a toe curve.
yeah, it's like the P28, but
Yeah,
with
but not as much toe. So
yeah,
something like that. But yeah, it's
P90.
pretty much yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that curve. I think it's like the Jamie Ben curve.
Mm,
I've been using that. I freaking love it.
yeah.
Snap it off the toe. Are you a toe guy? Like when you're shooting, do you shoot off the toe or do you shoot off the middle or the heel? What do
I'm
you
pretty
do?
sure I'm pretty sure it's the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
My curve I don't think it's big enough to shoot off the toe right now at least.
Yeah.
But definitely middle, I think. Pretty sure.
And you had the option to choose between Hyperlight or Nexus. What'd you choose?
Hyperlight. When I played Spartans and NCDC, I always used the Hyperlight and I loved it. So,
Yeah.
but they do break a lot, but I still loved it, so I had to use it.
Where's it break for you? Did it break in the heel?
It always breaks in the heel, always breaks like near the toe, but and then sometimes in the middle, but it's usually the heel and like cracks a bunch and stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean,
See, I switched to CCM and I don't have that problem anymore.
really,
Yeah.
hmm. Yeah,
Um,
we can't do that. We're a Bauer school, so I gotta stick with the
yeah.
hyper ones.
But what do you do if like you got a guy that's like super like I need to use this CCM? Like, do you guys have any guys like that?
There might be a couple, but I'm pretty sure you can just wrap a stick,
Oh,
maybe if they are willing to do it. But I think you can wrap a stick into like a Bauer. It says like Bauer Hyperlite, but it's just a CCM whatever trigger, something like
yeah,
that.
it's pretty cool. Are there
Mhm.
any like crazy guys that go through a couple sticks a game, or like is there anyone like that?
Um, maybe Luke Reed is like the craziest about his equipment. It needs to be perfect, but
Yeah,
that like if he's not having a good game or something, let's switch up a stick. I think, pretty
yeah.
sure.
Anything else? Any crazy superstitions?
I'm trying to think of people. Um, Steven Sardarian has to like change his elbow pads every period, so he has like 4 sets of elbow pads. It's the weirdest thing ever. Like and his gloves too. Like he has 3 sets of glove, 3 sets of elbow pads. Like he has to change them between every period. Apparently, I don't know why, but I guess it works.
Yeah, there you go. Um, so your freshman year at UNH, you went pretty good. You had 13 goals, 7 assists. Um, so your first goal, it was your
Yep.
first game, right? Too.
Yep. In Clarkson. Yep.
Yeah. So, who was at that game? Tell us about that whole game and how you were feeling in your first game and your first goal.
Yeah, so bus trip up to Clarkson. It was a long one, 5 hours, maybe six. Um, my parents were away apparently or somewhere, I don't know. And we get there. I don't know if I'm gonna play or not. Sousa brings up the lineup. I'm in third line center, so I was super pumped.
Yeah.
First game, hometown kid. It's my dream to play in a game for UNH. So it was awesome to hear that news. But get to the rink, pretty nervous, pretty nervous. Like couple of my first shifts were not good. Just like throwing the puck around, like not knowing what to do. Like it was scary, but kind of got a little comfortable. And I think maybe in the second period, I look in the stands and I see my dad and my grandpa. I'm like, where did they come from? So they didn't even tell me they were coming to the game. So I was shocked to see them there. Like they drove like 6 hours to come see me play my first game, which is cool. But anyway, I think third period we're down 2-0. Start of the third period, and I got dropped. The Brian Black dropped the puck to me in the slot, and I shot it just way wide, like way wide. But he went to the net and he picked up the puck, shot it back to the goalie, and it just found me in front. I buried it and dropped to one knee, Sally on the glass. That was a really cool moment. My dad even got it on video, posted on Facebook, like he's going nuts in the video. So it was pretty awesome to score my first goal and the first of the team's regular season. So that was a really cool experience for me. And that's probably one of the best moments in my hockey career for sure.
And like seeing it go in the back of the net, how was that?
That was awesome. I mean, it was like pretty much a tapping, but I mean, it was still really cool to see it go in the back of the net. It's what I've, you know, trained my whole life for and everything. So that was awesome.
Yeah. And yeah, that's awesome to hear, man.
Hmm.
It was pretty cool to see that. I think I was screaming. I was like, let's go. Son.
Yeah, and then they scored again, so it was 3-1.
Yeah.
And then we won a power play, and I actually assisted the next goal we scored, so it was 3-2. And then our captain tied it up, and then we won in overtime. So that was a really good game for us. But yeah, it was really cool experience. It was super fun to play and pretty good atmosphere at Clarkson too, even there was like no one there.
Yeah.
Full rank and stuff, so it was awesome.
Yeah. Good. Unreal. Um, so after that, you kind of went on a roll. You started scoring goals. Did you? What was your position in the lines? Like, were you moving up the ladder? Did you ever get the first line?
Yeah, so I think in St. Lawrence I was still third line, but we came back home and I think we played BC, and I think I was second line with Steven Sardarian, and I forget who the right winger was at that time, but I was second line center, and that game wasn't great, but still played good amount. But then after that, we played Army, and I was still second line. In that game, I scored twice at home, so that was awesome. That was probably one of the other greatest like moments in my hockey career too, because first goal was at the Whip, so it was really cool because I went there my whole life. I watched a bunch of games. So after I scored
Exactly.
those, I
How,
what?
how was it scoring your first goal? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I was awesome. I think it was maybe the first period against Army where I think winning 1-0. And I just got on the ice, like just changed, and Nikolai Jensen hit me with a breakaway pass, and I went on like a in between two of the defensemen, and they were kind of catching up to me. So I went on one knee and like pulled it into my body, and then
Oh, yeah.
shot at top left. And I didn't even see it go in for a second, but then everyone started going crazy behind the net. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I went around, I went on one knee, I probably pulled the bow and arrow, and yeah, but it was really cool scoring that goal in front of like all my friends and family too, because they're all at the games every game.
Oh,
So yeah, that was one of the coolest moments. And then I think we were up 2-1, and then literally first shift of the third period, Devlin gave me a pass, and I shot low glove, and I did the same exact celly, but I was the other way this time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. And so at UNH, you got, I mean, we have like one of the best rivals, you know, in the country for hockey.
The best.
UMaine and UNH, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Your first game was at UMaine, right?
No, both of them were at home.
All right. So tell us a little bit about the first one, and then the second one I know is pretty cool, right? Or were both of them just as?
Both of them were insane. So, I mean, the first one, I'm trying to remember the score, but it's like before, even like the week before, the weekend leading up to it, we're trying to like go to like the cafeteria and stuff, selling tickets. Like we're going up to everyone, like, wet out the wet. It's been the first time in 4 years. Like, you need to come. Everyone needs to come. So we get to game, or not game time, but 2 hours, 2.5 hours before the game. Like we're walking into the rink pretty much,
Yeah.
and there's just huge line out the door. I'm like, holy smokes, like this is insane. So I go get in the locker room, get ready, put my warm gear on. We do our little warm up, and we start going down like to the locker room, and I just see the flooding of the rink of all these like students. Like they were running down the stairs to the student section. They were trying to get their seat like on the glass, and I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta watch this." So I stayed out there and I watched. I don't even know, thousand of people just run down the stairs, getting their spots. Like this is still like an hour before the game, before like warm ups. It was nuts, and they were just like sitting there for like an hour, just waiting. It was all white too. It was sweet. But we go in the locker room, change whatever. Coach does his thing, and he told me and the other three line mates that we were starting. So I started the first game against Maine. That was another really cool moment in my life, starting against Maine, our biggest rivals, wet out the wit. So I was a little nervous for that one too, but we skated out. Everyone's going crazy. Get on the line, get my name called. I was like shaking going up to the blue line. Like I was like, I cannot fall. Like I cannot fall. But yeah, that was a really cool moment. So then anyway, the game, I think we went down 1-0 early. And then it was just like a slow game to the third. And we scored. And then so they actually scored with like 4 minutes left in the third. We were down 2-1. And we were like, oh shoot, we cannot lose this game. So I think it was maybe a minute left in the game. We pulled our goalie. I was taking the face off on the right dot in the offensive zone. And I won it back to Damien, and he shot it, and Chase Stevenson tipped it in the top right of the net, and the place went nuts. We were all celebrating on the glass. It was the craziest thing of all time. Like I could not hear my teammates next to me. Like I was right on the student section. It was crazy. So that was really cool. And then we ended up winning 3-2 in the shootout. So then that's the first game pretty much. But the second game was a lot different.
Hey, 1 second here. I'm gonna stop the recording, and then I'm gonna start a new one. So.